Hey, y'all just take my words and try to twist shit. I'm a real nigga, you a nigga, that's the difference. Hey, some y'all niggas hating from the distance, not watching what I say. You got a part of my opinion. Chico tweeting while we coming different. We the sharks up in the water, nigga, don't get stranded. Hey, some y'all niggas hating from the distance, not watching what I say. Y'all got a part of my opinion. Hey, we ain't come from
Yo, yo, yo. Y'all know who I am, Blowjob Betty, of course, and we're on season 2, episode 16. My apologies, 16. And today we have a special guest. But before we do that, let's introduce my co-host,
Black Bob Saget.
Lord.
I'm the sarcastic one.
The producer.
And I'm Zaza Unique Erica Serenity. I have so many names, but my real name is Stefan. So.
I love it. So today the first question is, as we're doing this podcast, what do you want to identify as today?
Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because I'm one that's comfortable with my skin, and I know God created me Stefan. That's who he spoke purpose into. So I have to embrace being Stefan in order for Zaza and the rest of them to be expressed. So it really doesn't matter what you call me. Either way, I'm comfortable with me.
Okay.
So it seemed like you the type that's comfortable with your biological self.
Right.
And you recognize that, like, because I think for most transgender interviews, they don't like to admit that they biologically what they are.
Right.
How did you find out the way you were when you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Well, I mean, as for me, I knew from the rip. Like, this is what they asked me when I was locked up. They said, Zon, how long you knew you was gay? I said, well, it all started December 31st, 1982. I said, the doctors brought me to my mom, smacked me on my ass, and I said, wah, wah. And the only thing that shut me up was a pacifier, but it had to be a certain size.
Yo.
No homo.
Wait, hold
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. For real. The weeks leading up to this shit, I questioned this shit like a motherfucker sitting right here. I was debating, was I sitting here, was I not? The little 15 minutes you been, you funny as hell.
I'm just saying, and then if I would have seen you later with that gap, I would have kicked the field goal. You know?
Yo! So
I'm ready to get my veneers. When I get my shit fixed,
I'm getting mine done too. That's why they took, certain things out so I can get mine done, 48 grand.
Shit. 48 grand?
earlier, before we even started everything, I had a question for you, and the episode was based on trans men, women, and different. But I asked you a question. I said, well, about you being a trans, and you said you're not really.
Well, I'm not really transgender. Transgender is boys that want to be girls, that take what they call estradiol and different things so that they can develop women parts. I have what they call double XY chromosome, which is why I have no Adam's apples. My breast started growing when I was in 5th, 6th grade, and things like that, So, I tell them bitches, like, I'm who you want to be.
I touched
So
her.
stop
I touched
coming
her
for me.
breasts. They are real.
Very much so.
So is that what is a hermaphrodite?
Not at all.
No.
No.
And I heard you refer to yourself as gay. Is that your sexuality? Is it gay?
No,
bisexual?
I'm gonna say me, I'm different. My sexuality is pleasing him. You understand? That's my sexuality. It's geared towards pleasing broken, hurt men.
Would you ever sleep with a woman again?
I mean, I did that, got my 2 daughters and my grandbaby, so I already did what God said, be fruitful, multiplied. I multiplied, I just stopped.
Okay.
I don't find no woman that's worthy of this dick, so no shade.
Damn.
Was it
You hurt my
difficult?
feelings. I thought I could get a little.
Not at all.
No.
No, I like women. When I find a woman that enables me to raise her vibration, then she's worthy enough to carry my seed.
There you go.
You understand? Because men are not careful where they plant their seed.
I'm not talking about
No, I'm
playing
just
field.
saying.
I'm just saying you wouldn't get
No,
a...
but I'm saying this is why I don't have a baby yet. Because when I find a woman worthy enough of me turning the dirt, healing her hurt, so that my seed, because I know I'm healed. So I know when my seed leaves my body, it doesn't pass for me with my painful past. So now I got to worry about it being planted in her, learning of hers, then pushing to the world to inquire its own. So I have to take that into consideration, that if she allowed me to raise her vibration, then she's worthy enough to have my seed.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Mr. Sarkis,
So, I got a question I had, and I know you just explained that you ain't trans, but let's just take it to that world anyway.
Right,
So how do you feel with trans? So trans, I don't even want to say the wrong shit. You gotta tiptoe around it. But
You ain't got to tiptoe around it with me. I'm comfortable. It's those others that can't identify who they are, but trying to find another identity. You understand? Those are the ones that are insecure with wording. Like somebody say faggot, it doesn't have a reaction to me. Why? Because I know I'm not a bundle of sticks. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about the mentality of the individual.
fair enough. So how would you feel? How do you feel about transgender women that's in female sports? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, if they're taking testosterone, then I was deemed that to be not fair. It's not equality.
Right.
Because it gives her that extra strength that testosterone gives to men.
I might be saying it wrong. Am I saying
No,
it?
you said it right, but it's basically not. See, it's not women. You're talking about the men.
The men, right.
The
The
men
men that
that-
wanna be
that-
women.
That's what I'm saying.
The men.
That's
Vice
why-
versa.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
vice
you
versa.
corrected
Oh,
me.
but I'm
Vice
saying
versa,
it's,
all
the
around
sign,
board.
it's all over across the board.
Yeah,
but I don't
yeah.
think, no. Well, yeah, because men, if they're taking estrogen pills, it actually lowers their testosterone levels to the point of almost not being productive. So they actually are full of estrogen. So actually playing basketball with a man, he could push them and hurt them.
Yeah,
Because he
right.
now no longer has the testosterone that gives him that, you know what I'm saying?
right.
So, most people don't really take the time to look into things. You understand? They say, nah, he should play ball with the men. No, because you can slam dunk on them, come down on them, hurt them. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm with you. Did
Well,
you
I'm-
play any sport?
Yes, I did. I played basketball. I played football. I did it all. Ran track, all that. My motivation, niggas.
All you niggas just gonna read that.
Yeah. So all right.
That was long as hell.
So you did. Yeah, that was long. Do you see the question?
Only
It's,
one of y'all was supposed to read this.
okay.
Nah, I had the shit though, but I was sitting there looking at everybody trying to analyze and just, every week we do this shit and everybody just stopped and just hit the mirror cap.
Like, hold on, what?
But you know what I'm saying? A nigga that's making a mess in the background, this nigga bought a piece of napkin out for that big ass spill. There's a whole mop back here. He gonna bring out a piece of y'all niggas in the background.
So do you think that any trans, gay, or anybody that oh my god, how do you say this? Trans, gay, or indifferent? I'm always gonna say indifferent. Y'all know that's one of my favorite words. Would live more comfortably if they just accept themselves.
Yes. But you could never, see, I don't want to, well, fuck it, I'm going to be deep. The whole thing is, first thing, people must discover what love is. You understand? Because you can't love yourself if you don't know what love is. And to me, in my book I'm writing, I say the greatest lie that man ever told us was that we look for love in all the wrong places. Why I say that is because if I tell you to go get Jasmine God, if you didn't know who she was, you would say, well, who the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. You wouldn't know who you was looking for unless I told you, showed you pictures, or tell you where she be. So how could you go looking for love in all the wrong places if you could never identify it in the beginning? You understand?
That's understandable.
So when they discover love, you discover love, right? Which most have the conception of love that clouds their perception. So your conception of love is conceived through your painful experiences. So what you thought love should have been while you was going through, you subconsciously plant that in your mind as love. So you start looking for that, and subconsciously you don't realize you hurting yourself. You understand? And with that being said, how could you love yourself if you have not yet discovered it? You understand? So you would never love yourself. So then another part of my book, I talk about identity crisis, where you have a group of friends, if you watch them, they walk alike, talk alike, act alike, sound alike, dress alike. When you see them, so I was telling the young boys, because one of the boys ratted. So they was like, man, that motherfucker's told he did this. I said, why the fuck y'all mad? I said, because if he was pretending to be like y'all, I said, he been lost his identity. I said, so who the fuck said he was strong enough not to tell anyway?
People got it, that's crazy because it's this page that was going around. It's down now.
We just was talking about that.
The rat show.
The rat show.
Yo, like it was the rat show. 1, 2, 3.
Shout out to the rat show.
It's down now though, because I went on there to look for it, like, and it's
Camden
like crazy. Yeah, it was Camden. They was putting up Philly. They was going all over the place. But then they tried to say, I guess when people were finding out who it was people getting beat up over this page and everything, and it's like, oh my
they shouldn't have
god.
been ratting. Like at the end of the day.
No, I believe that nobody likes rats.
I look at it as both parties. If you know who you hanging around, you understand? Because if
I don't think nobody knows
no,
that.
listen. If you a snake, right, and you hanging with snakes, right? No, hear me out. If he bit him, right? Just because you're his friend right now, what makes you think along the line he ain't gonna ever bite you?
I think that most
understand?
people, they don't care about that. They do not care. Okay, well, I know he did him dirty. You know how many block hoppers it is alone in Pollock? Pollock is the most overrated place to be at. You got the fiends. You got the block hoppers. You got all this bullshit going on there, but you don't normally see this out Parkside. Because if you from Parkside, you from Parkside.
Shout out to
Right.
Pollock. I'm from Pollock. Shout out to Pollock.
All day, baby.
I don't agree.
Shut up from Pollock.
But I'm just
I don't agree.
But I'm saying,
I'm just being real. Like you see everybody out Pollock, but then you know you got your downtown. They scream downtown. And there's some people that's not from downtown that be from down the highway that be down
Matter
there.
of fact, I'm from
Don't get
Ivy
me
Hill.
wrong.
That's a different. I'm from Ivy Hill. I'm fucking with you.
You from Iraq to be okay.
Nah, they ain't that.
Iraq.
Yeah, how they call Ivy Hill Iraq?
No, that was Centerville.
Hold on a
Iraq.
second.
Hold that shit together now.
So
my
since
bad.
you say you've been to jail,
You know.
yes, I've been
so
down.
did you hear about the recent transgender that
Yeah.
identified as a female, went to the female prison
And got those inmates pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I read it, but I don't really focus on shit like that.
So do you think that's a slippery slope with
No, all it's doing is showing inside jail. To me, that's a world of its own. If you look at that, that's the same thing going on out here. Cause you got bitches, I'm gonna say bitches, that's fucking niggas and know they getting fucked by niggas. So he's your man, but his bitch. You understand? So it's no different if the bitch is in jail and he's a nigga. So you your man's bitch, you your dyke girlfriend's bitch, but you then his bitch. You understand? So him being still a him was able to fuck you, get you pregnant, knock you up. That's no different than what's going on out here.
right?
Cause this girls having babies by niggas I know.
How many download
That
men
I'm amazed.
have you hit in the hood?
I'ma just keep it like this.
I don't need no
just-
names.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't kiss and tell because
Okay.
somebody watching might want some.
Okay.
You feel me? After they see my Pornhub, my OnlyFans, all that, they come
Shout out
see
to all of
me.
that. Shout out to you bringing us our drinks. You know.
Plug your drink in your book.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like with that being said, I just,
I ain't get my number.
it's no shocking. It's not a shock.
No, but I ain't get my number. How many you think that you download that you done hit in the city?
It's an undisclosed amount because I stopped counting after over the hundreds.
What's your drink called again?
Bang.
Neek. We got the Neek. This shit is actually banging. Y'all see me keep on reaching for it, right? I
It's
love
really
healthy
good.
things. I do smoothies with my liquor, so you know.
And it's really good. That's why I told him to give it a chance.
Well, you fucked up with the beginning of the story when you talk about the pacifier in your mouth shit. So now
What?
it's hard for me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you got a whole gap in your mouth.
Let me tell you how I know.
Hold up. Don't even come that way because you got a whole gap, which means if you wasn't sucking on the pacifier, you was still sucking your thumb. And so at this point, you never sucked your thumb.
I can't, as far as.
So
I
gaps
don't
is
think I was-
hereditary in your family.
Yeah,
So see-
everybody got one. My kids, everybody got the same gap.
All right, say less, my bad.
So
My
since we
apologies.
talking about pacifiers and you knew you was what you was when you got slapped as a baby.
It's true.
How do you feel about the agenda, especially New Jersey passing the law on our children for gender identity in first grade and kindergarten?
Well, I mean, if you really be honest, I mean, I think society just need to be real. You understand? We're not real. We're not being real. We talk when it comes out and it's spoken, but then we sit there and allow our kids to watch YouTube. And YouTube is like promoting a lot of these things. So you can't question what the government is doing if you're passing your child the phone and not monitoring them watching YouTube. Because either you're going to teach it to them or they're going to learn it on their own. But either way.
But they learning it on their own, or you teaching it to them as a parent? They're not learning it in the first grade.
No, let me tell you, these kids today, let me tell you, my grandson, 9 years old. So he came to me, he said, Grandpa, I said, what? He said, can I ask you a question? So I'm like, what's good? He said, how come none of the other grandpas wear wigs? So I said, because your grandpop is unique. I said, don't I get love everywhere I go? I said, your grandpapa's a celebrity. I said, so I have to dress like this to hide from people. He said, bullshit.
Look, I was about to say, but you lied to him. You wasn't
No,
supposed to
I
lie
wasn't.
to him.
I didn't. Because I know my grandson and how smart
He's
he
very
is.
intelligent.
So I know how to feed him information that
Okay.
makes him think about it himself.
Okay.
You understand? Without
Yes.
me honestly having to open up a book to him.
Okay.
You feel me? Because he's the type
But
that...
that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to open up a book to your grandson. Who
It's already
are you
open on YouTube.
But I know, but without YouTube, are you comfortable with your grandson opening up a school book and being like, you know what? I want to choose whether or not I'm going to be a female or a male today.
I mean, honestly, no. I don't believe that should be. Because what I think is if you teach them the morals first, then whatever they choose or whatever directions they choose later in life, at least the foundation was set. So with them giving them these early advances, they're not giving them the time or the chance to establish foundations. You understand? Because if they start acting twitching like little girls and you 6 and you switching around here, then you already confused.
They making
Not
a choice
saying
for them.
confused with your sexuality, but confused in a way where the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So at what point will you be able to lay a foundation as a man first, then live your life accordingly? Because from a young person, I worked, I went to school, I took care of both my daughters up until I was incarcerated. You understand what I'm saying? So when people call me faggots, I say I'd rather be a faggot any day than call the deadbeat dead.
There you go.
So, and I think, like, we learn sexual reproduction in the 5th grade at the least.
Right.
So why the huge gap between kindergarten and 5th grade for that? Like, you should
Well,
know
that
what
was in
gender
our
is
time.
between
That was
5th.
in our
So,
time.
and you
Today's the era, the kids are more advanced.
and I understand
They're way more advanced. If you don't start bringing it to their attention when they're outside playing with their friends and doing all this stuff, they fucking. They is fucking. This boy told me, you know, he was
but
like,
not kindergarten.
no.
First grade.
But no, let me tell you something. These kids, we may not want to accept it as that, but I remember my daughter was 4, and I ain't hear them in the room playing no more. So I got up, I went in that room. They was in the closet being fresh. She never seen me do that.
See,
but
we
that
had
was
Catch
just-
a Girl, Get a Girl
You
back in the day, but it
understand? You
wasn't.
And I
understand?
rebuttal because you say it's on YouTube in everyday life, but this shit always been around.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
just not as open as
I watch
it is
Bugs
now.
Bunny every day, and Bugs Bunny would cross dress and kiss Elmer Fudd or whatever.
Right, that was
Or
setting
whatever
the
case may
stage.
be. My mom had a friend, what we call, I don't know if he was a cross dresser or a transgender. We called him a sissy back then.
Right.
I was a child. I knew the difference, what it was. Like,
Right.
I knew the fucking difference. Like,
Right, but
we
see-
knew what Boy George was.
Right, but
We
that's
knew
the
Elton John
difference
was
of
gay.
then
Like,
versus
I
now.
just
No.
think it's the parent that teaches
No,
you shit.
listen. That's the difference between then and now. Then only the bold ones came forth.
Right.
You
I
understand?
can attest
The
to
Now-
rest of them
Yeah.
were
I can attest to
closeted.
that.
Gotcha.
So they were. That's why the AIDS epidemic was so high, because it was mainly the DL population
closet people.
that was going
Right.
catching AIDS and then spreading it. This, that, and the other.
Let me, and I'm glad we alluding to this. So, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and in the 80s, It was
Terry.
Yeah, Terry.
And then
That's the only.
No. Yeah, Lady T on the other side.
Yeah, but that was the only two that we saw coming up.
Right. And the
Whereas
rest of them
now-
was not seen.
Whereas of now, you see that shit on television. You see
it everywhere, wilding
You
now.
understand what I'm
I
saying?
have a
It's
question.
everywhere you
It's
go.
always there.
Yeah.
All right, I have a question. My bad. Good. No, go ahead.
No.
All right. So when I first met you, Lord, I was in the meat store. Yes, the meat store.
Dom de Monko.
And I seen this woman standing next to me and was saying like, yeah, because a nigga think because you gay that you want them. And I told him, remember what you said to me? Like, nigga, my dick bigger. And I'm looking like, what dick? And you pulled your shirt down, let me touch it. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
I think I was off an E-pill that day anyways.
Oh my fucking God. You're amazing to even be out here and be okay with who you are from the beginning to now to any day after this. And I want to tell you.
And you
that.
know why? Because when you realize who you are and you have a high vibration, you realize that some of the people around you are of low vibrations. And when they have low vibrations, which means 9 times out of 10, they're not happy within themselves. And they're looking for validation and acceptance and approval. And because I already have that, why would I be disturbed by what you say about me? And you want to be me. Because it was one nigga used to always call me all these names. Oh, you faggot ass motherfucker, but would never fight me. So I said, okay, I got you. So I got him to come on my house. I'll fuck this shit out of him. And I said, now, when you call me another faggot, all I'm going to do is put my deep voice on and say, what's up, bitch?
Can I hear it again? Give me chill. Give me the voice. Give me the voice.
And it's crazy.
What's up, bitch?
Oh, see?
It's crazy because you don't disguise your voice either. Like,
No, not at all. I don't have to. Because you got niggas sounding like bitches. So you got bitches that sound like niggas. At the end of the day, my neighbor, my old neighbor, they was fucking one day. My mom like, would you come here and listen to this bullshit? I goes up there. I thought he was having sex with a man. Oh, you heard me? Oh. I said, what the fuck is that? And it was only him and his wife there. So then when she tried to comfort me, because, you know, I had to suck his dick after that. I said, he need to hear, excuse my language, but he had to, you know, get a feminine touch because she was very masculine, very. So I gave him the feminine twist, and, you know, she tried to comfort me. I said, don't get mad at me because your man to choose me over you.
Shout out to you and your.
So dig this. Do y'all think titles and labeling is like we had a conversation off cam about the
pansexual, people trying to make up names for their own the way they
Yeah.
are. And
To me, that's a whole bunch of
that
bullshit.
the rainbow gave up. They just LGBTQ plus.
Nah, that's just right, because to me, it's a whole bunch of bullshit. And like I said, when you have a whole bunch of people with identity crisis, they don't know who to pattern themselves after. Because you have people that went to the gay community, they got rejected. They tried to hang with some dyke bitches, and they was a gay guy, got rejected. They started trying to hang with this person, got rejected. So rejection is the main key factor. So when they get rejected, then they try to find something to be able to cope with not killing themselves, not trying to be accepted. So they come up with all this other bullshit because that's what it is. What the fuck is a pansexual? Right. You walking around a girl, but you dress like a boy, or you a boy dressed like a girl, but you can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Like, you just fucking twisted in the head.
So that's what I was trying to say is a slippery slope now, and there's a scapegoat. Like, a motherfucker feel like a woman, he go to a woman's jail and get women pregnant. So like, if I get locked the fuck up, I'm gonna be like, I'm a bitch.
Oh, so niggas gonna get ultimate pussy flesh.
At the end of the day, if he was not getting hormonal treatment or he wasn't doing it right, it is only normal when a man, it doesn't matter where you are or what lifestyle you live, when you're around a woman that has estrogen in her, it will arouse the testosterone in you.
But
it doesn't matter if you trans,
I think it's to
gay,
a point
or none of that.
I think it's to a point where it's mental now. If I wake up tomorrow and say I feel like a bitch, like I'll be a bitch. Like
no, you wouldn't be a bitch because you got a whole Sunni, a bald head. You
I'm not saying me per se,
but we gonna be technical. We gonna keep shit real. You cannot wake up tomorrow and say you gonna be a bitch. Cause I'm looking at and tell you got a t-shirt on under your t-shirt, which means you probably gotta shave. You understand? So you got a whole lot of preparations that you would have to go through to even deem yourself to be called one of us beloved.
I'm glad you said that. So like, so do y'all have me and my wife joke about it. Like, do y'all have gaydars and shit? Like, motherfuckers know who's what.
Let me tell you something.
If she or him say, you say no, because my wife gets on my nerves like, but I knew he was gay. I be looking like, shut the fuck up. Because I ain't even gay. I just fuck with you.
Right, but that's still gay.
I'm not gay.
No, that's gay. Anytime because I mean, I'm not trying to be religious, but when you go to the Bible, right, it's when it talks about a man laying down with a man doing that which is unseemly, it also states on the other side of the comma, and a woman should not lay with a woman doing that she should be doing with a man.
I am going to lay with a woman or a man.
No, listen, but we understand that. But the whole thing, reality of that is a gay act. So that is some form of denial. If you say, like, you have niggas that be like, no, I just want you to suck my dick. I don't want to fuck you. Pussy, I put my mouth on you. That's fucking. It's called oral sex, fellatio. So, you know.
For all y'all download guys out there, please stay away from me.
Let me tell you something. These boys, let me tell you. And I don't give a fuck if he know, because he can't beat me. But this he fucked my head up, and I just had to tell him today, yo, stop hitting my phone.
That was the one that you was talking about in the meat store. Cause that nigga that sucked, oh my.
No, that was a different dude. This is a new one.
Oh, shit.
And you know, I videotaped that because I was fucked up in the head. Anytime a nigga do this, let me show you how this nigga was riding.
I'll tell y'all the footage after the fact.
No, her, not y'all.
not y'all.
But he surprised me because he's supposed to be this super gangbanger, right? Super. I'm talking about he walk around flagged up. So when I seen him when I was walking to my car, he said, "What's up, ma?" I said, "What's up, sis?" So he didn't catch the shade. So he like, "Yeah, you want to chill?" I said, "Sure." I already knew when he was walking toward me, I was gonna fuck this shit out. No shade and not trying to be disrespectful, but like,
it's no disrespect if you know what you know.
They got some good bussy out here. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
they got some good bussy.
Shit like that.
I told him, I said, now I see why niggas is trying to. Every time you turn around, they like, yo, you seen such and such, and they be like, well, what's up? Oh, I'm trying to spark him up. You know, I told him I'm smoke with him. After he snatched my soul.
Yeah, that's the one.
That pussy snatched my motherfucking soul to the point where my toes hurt, my eyes went in the back of my head. I had to punch myself in the head to bring my eyes back. This was the same nigga on the Ave up there blood walking, whatever the fuck he was doing. And I told her, I said, damn, you dangerous, bro. You dangerous. You dangerous, my nigga. Like, yo, bro. Like, you dangerous.
Yeah. So, you familiar with Zaya Wade?
Well,
the Wade daughter.
Oh, that little boy.
So I find it hard to understand, like, he's a biological male.
That boy is been through some trauma that needs to be dealt with. Emotional.
So let me ask you this question. Because him and the dude from Scared Straight, like, they biological males that transgender to women.
But he got a girlfriend.
That date a girl biological girl that transgender to a man. Like, what's the fucking point at that?
The point of that is this. Most people that have been violated, and I'm going to say it like that, most guys, when they're touched, and you discover that a lot of men have been touched.
I learned that recently.
A lot of females too, though.
No, but we ain't talking about females right now, bruh. Stay in your lane. We talking about niggas right now. At the end of the day, if each sex stop trying to point the finger at the other one, each sex separately can get its own healing. You understand? When you receive what's for men, you receive that without saying, well, what about them? They do that too. Nah, right now we're not talking about them. We talking about you. We talking about men, not you per se, but we talking about men in general. Yeah. You understand? And we talking about what they doing because
it is a lot of down low older men that's out here touching little boys.
Right.
So
then they train them to begin to touch little boys.
Let me piggyback.
Before you piggyback, they did say Dwayne Wade. He just came out and said he was the same way.
He was most kids. You know what else is deep? What I discovered in my book is that I said, if you look at your children and see what your children is, most children are the outward expression of who their fathers are. You understand? Because they come from their father. They've been in his loins.
I agree. Piggyback your question, because I want to touch back.
I want to piggyback. Can I switch lanes now?
Go ahead. You good?
Switch them. I be having arguments with certain people, and before I go any further, at what age did you know you was different?
When she got slapped when she was doing
that's what I'm saying. So it's not even that I knew I was different, because this is where society get it messed up at.
Did you lose your virginity to a female?
No.
Okay.
I was getting fucked at 10.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because I have an argument with a lot of people about this. In my opinion, and it's only my opinion, don't judge me, nobody. I think in a lot of cases, that is some type of, I think you can be born that way. And I think, hear me. Listen, stay in your lane, like you told me.
I'm in my lane, but we driving down the same
highway. Don't argue that lane, brother. Don't argue that lane.
We driving down the same highway.
Let's stay on topic.
Y'all driving?
So listen, I think, I'm not saying all cases. I think in some cases, I think you can be born that way, and I think in other cases, it can be a learned behavior or your childhood.
Can I object?
Well, hold on. Can I say this real fast?
Please.
Let me say this real fast. Right. Thinking comes from not knowing. Right? That's number one. That's number 1. So you said you think, and most people think that they are a man trapped in a one's body and all this shit, vice versa. But then I'm going to say it like this. Then that will go into people not believing in the perfection of God. You understand what I'm saying? And when I say that, whether it's Allah, God, right? We know that this divine being is incapable of creating imperfection. You understand? So he would not create a man to be confused as himself, to feel like a woman trapped in a man's body. Hold on, let me finish. And he would not tell a woman she's a boy trapped in a woman's body. What happens is, just like there's good and evil, right? We know that God has a plan for your life. The devil has a plan for your life. So some things come based upon how our parents carry us. You understand? Because I found out later that my dad was doing some things before I was even born. So what am I? The perfected outer expression of what was already in him. You understand what I'm saying? So that's not being born that way. That's something that's, like you said, a generational curse. Like you have generational curses. You know, things like that, or it's a learned behavior, or somebody's
some boys
touch.
being raised by women or women.
You could be raised by a woman,
and be
but
strong.
It's only about when you're being stripped of your manhood from a child. And
That's
most
crazy.
fathers do this too without knowing. It's because when your son is 2 years old and he falls and hurt himself, you look at him as a father and you being a man, you look at this little baby and say, get up off the ground, stop crying. But he's a baby at the end of the day. So the same way you're supposed to pick him up, embrace him, kiss his boo-boo, tell him it's going to be all right. Why? Because this is the development of him being able to be catered to emotionally. You understand? So when you block that by telling him he's a man and he's 2, now you're psychologically fucking him up. So he begins to grow and he's susceptible to falling into anything because his identity as a man was stripped when he was a child.
Okay.
Bob Saget, you kind of quiet.
Very well put.
So, you good?
You good? So most of the time,
Get ready to say something.
No, he went at. He was she asked him.
Nah, I wasn't asking. Mo just asked me was I good. I just really answered her question. Most of the time, I normally got like right now. This is an educational process for me, so it's like I'm sitting here and I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm learning a lot.
This
so
the
it's
quietest you ever been.
That's why I'm saying,
like, I have no like
baby, what's wrong?
Most of the time, I'm ignorant as hell. Like right now, it's like
you just know this is your match, so you know not to.
Oh,
nah.
what?
I'm just
what the fuck?
I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna cut him off. So, cause 2 parts. When we asked it, are you born this way? I don't think no one's born this way because I was taught like every part in the male that stick out, stick ins on a woman, and every part on a woman sticks out that sticks in on a man. So it like formed like a puzzle for reproduction. That's my first belief.
Nah, that's not true. Because as you know, the male is the only one that is XY chromosome, and the female is XX.
So,
which means the male is the only one that can produce the sex of the child. You understand? But when a woman becomes fertile, when she first get pregnant, every baby starts off a girl until the sex develops.
Understandable, but it takes 2 for reproduction, right?
Yeah.
So where the penis stick out, the vagina stick in. Where the chest stick out where the chest stick in on a man, the chest stick out on a woman. Like it fit like a puzzle.
The man chest doesn't stick in. What happens is the man chest, like if a woman start bodybuilding, her shit will get hard.
Yeah, but she doing shit to enhance it, but they pulled the fit like a puzzle. That's what I'm trying to say. But to say this, when they say at birth you gay or whatever, I think this shit.
No, I think
like the flu shots and this shot and that shot, tetanus shot, and the concoctions they give women when they pregnant or when the baby is born alter your hormones and your testosterone that confuse you.
So are you saying the government helps to decide what our children is going to be in our stomach?
Absolutely. Not to say there's people that's not like that.
But hold on, do you know, and I'm going to take this conversation different. Do you understand that it is females out here that did not get a shot when they was pregnant, that did not, when our kids is born, they don't get their shots then? No, they was not shooting me up with nothing when I had both of my children. And I had the rich man's family, not the rich man's pocket. Let's get it together. Boy and girl, I wasn't getting no needles. The only thing I was getting was the prenatal care and the vitamins that they even asked me to take. I couldn't even take them due to the fact that they made me sick.
But I'm not saying it affects everybody.
Okay.
Everybody's different to what their body can handle. COVID affects people differently.
That bullshit. But
I'm saying it affects people differently.
But I'm just
everything's AIDS affect people differently. Like shit affects people differently. The way you smoke, the way you drink.
Now, could I hit you with this? In my book, right? This is what I was teaching.
What's the name of your book? He told you to put
I'm in the middle of writing it, so it's not done. But one of some of the chapters that's already written, I have jewels from them. Okay. And what I was teaching the young boys on the corner when they was out there hustling, I said an illusion is one's own deceptive thinking that he forces to become truth only to himself, never realizing that his illusion lacks reality. And then I said, what is the root word of realize and reality? And he said, real. I said, something you can never be as long as you believe that illusion. You understand? And most people live in an illusion because of situations they've been through where they was hurt, rejected, abandoned. So they create this illusion to protect themselves that was hurt. So in other words, you are now susceptible to any and everything. Why? Because you bury the hurt, right? And then you continue to live pretending to never been through that experience. And with that being said, that keeps you at a low vibrational state, which means at any moment, any time, you are susceptible to being taken over by any spirit that dwells at a low frequency. So you could be gay, you could be straight, and because if you really look and be honest, there are a whole bunch of people in the world that are low vibrational. So what happens is what we're realizing and actually seeing is spiritually what's going on is that low vibrational people are susceptible to any spirits of a low frequency. You understand? But when you begin to raise your vibration, then you find the people that are secure in themselves, the ones that know who I am. I don't need to be like you to be happy. I don't have to, like I tell the bitches, I tell them at my job when they be coming for me, these girls came up there the other day, call themselves trying to fight me because
You
I
was
told
ready
them
to whip their ass.
what? But the bitches they called up there, I don't already beat her. I don't already beat her husband up, all her boyfriend, baby daddy, all of them. So when I went outside, the job was like, Unique, don't go. I said, man, fuck out of here. I said, y'all know Unique, y'all don't know Zah. Zah went the fuck outside, and I said, bitch, you gonna come up here, your edge is already gone.
Lord Jesus.
So
You understand? And they come at me, and I say, I'm not even a real bitch. I'm a renter bitch. Your nigga, I'm a renter bitch. Your nigga rent me out when he need inner healing.
If you-
and then
You
I
know
send
the
him
name of
back
this
to him.
episode.
if you hit a female, is that considered domestic violence or whatever the fuck? Like,
No,
a
because
man
at the
should
end
hit
of
a woman.
No, at the end of the day, I would never hit a woman. They
Unless
come
you
and
had
they
to.
try. Listen, my mouth piece is so sharp that I can get you to the point of feeling like I just fucked you up with my mouth.
I was going to ask that
Versus
question.
put my hand on you. But then it was one bitch that I wanted to fight her boyfriend so bad because of what she was doing. I smacked her so he could feel it. And then so he could come get his ass whooped. And I served him. So they like, why you beat him up like that? I said, because his bitch had all that mouth.
I'm
Where
thankful
else
for
he
that
gonna
because
be
you
tough
know
at?
it's actually gay guys that's out here that
Fighting
will
women.
fight. That's not fair. That you're out here willing to put your hands on. I get that the women have the most
racist.
But
violent.
those are the ones of low vibrations. Because you got some niggas, this one nigga, I can't say the bitch name on here, but the bitch she was making my stomach hurt. Because in her mind, he believes, I call him a
That's
he.
what people say. Like, is
He
it
believes
a
he
problem
woman.
with that?
So
like,
no,
why?
it's a problem because this is what I did when he went to the bathroom. I said, don't sit on my toilet, baby. I said, I don't want you sitting on my toilet. I said, so if you got to go to the bathroom, you're going to have to go without sitting. So I watched this motherfucker put his hand up on the wall, sling his dick out, and pee. So when he was done, I said, with that being said, I said, name 3 women you know can do that. He said, I can't. I said, so bitch, stop thinking you a motherfucking...
They
I
be
said,
the
if
worst
you don't
ones.
shave your face, I said, you got a 5 o'clock shadow.
But that's what they be the worst ones. A
And-
man
but
that
that's
could put his
reality.
hand, you could actively put your hands on a female. These young girls, like I watched a video one day of a fight in Camden High, and somebody threw a table, some shit like that, and it was a fucking boy doing it. Like I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right, because the girl was arguing with me. Hold up. So she says, you just want to be a woman. You think you a girl. So I bust out laughing. They said, Unique, what's funny? I said, bitch, she got it twisted. I said, because the niggas you hang with, and I know every last one of them. I said, because they think they tough and they can wake up and act tough. I said, let's just say I wanted to wake up today and act like a lady. I said, bitch, life is a stage play. We all acting. They acting tough. I'm acting like a lady. What's the difference?
There you go.
Because at the end of the day, when she called the people, they didn't know I was going to do it. They got it on camera. I wasn't going to cut up at my job because that's my job. But I pulled up on them, knocked on the door. Her brother came outside. What's up with you and my sister? Whatever the fuck you want to be up. I said, the bitch got out of line. So, you know, at the end of the day, who going to get her rounds? He was like, no, ain't nobody even trying to come that way. But, you know, what
At that
happened?
point, he knew he fucked up.
Exactly. Nah, but when the funniest part was we was arguing. Well, no, that was the fight in Ferry Station. We was arguing. I'm arguing with the bitch. She coming for me, and I'm just laughing like, bitch, you standing there with a whole Walmart outfit or a girl. Stop it.
I like Walmart for candy and shit.
Well, that's candy, but not outfits. If you gonna come for a bitch like me, please do not have no Walmart outfit on.
Before you wrap it up, I want to
'cause
ask
you want to wrap it up.
one last question.
You got it.
Because recently,
You got it.
hit me with the Mordecai.
Never. That was a whole nigga.
Shit.
I want to ask this question because I seen recently, like in the past week or two, I seen a transgender or trans flow, whatever the fuck it is. They didn't know which fucking bathroom to choose, and then you just brought up made that nigga pee standing up. What do? You pee standing up?
No,
or
me,
like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was locked up, I tell my bunkies from the rip, I'm gonna pee how I choose to pee. I'm not Muslim. I don't bump my head on Fridays. So don't tell me I gotta get on my knee to pee. I'm gonna pee how the fuck I wanna pee. And I pee sitting down. If I had to go too bad, I pee standing up. Why? Because either way, I'm comfortable.
There
You
go.
understand? I'm not here to impress you. At the end of the day, if you gonna fuck me, you gonna fuck me. If you ain't, you ain't. And 9 times out of 10, niggas choose me, but I choose them back. So I got niggas in my inbox right now like, yo, when we chillin', never. Your vibration too low. Because you can't fuck with certain people on low vibration because then they start chasing you.
I love her.
They start chasing.
I'm sorry.
Listen, man, it's wrapped up.
All right, but before we wrap up,
This been a...
hold up.
Go ahead.
Just one thing. What I like to tell men is this, right? Respect yourself. When a woman tell you she gonna suck your dick, don't fuck with her. Why? Because all the bitches before her did that. And if she do what the last bitch did, she gonna wear the title the last bitch. So you tell her to be different. Bitch, if you wanna touch any part of me, if you can't touch it with your heart, don't touch me at all. So you make love to my dick with your mouth, with your heartbeat at the tip. Why? Because that's the source that keeps you going. So it should be...
Hey, she cutting down my name right now. Blowjob Betty on here. Y'all niggas better get your
I thought
dicks
she was
up.
gonna say some other shit like don't let her suck your dick first because she probably be on her period for 30 days straight. Because she really a nigga or some Jenny Jones shit.
Hell no. She cutting my name down. Blowjob Betty, y'all better get your dicks up.